And let me begin by stating that I have not been a great fan of James Comey's tenure as FBI director. I think his behavior during the 2016 election was unprecedented and it was disgraceful. But let me also be clear. I think Trump's firing of him at this time was absolutely uncalled for and a threat to the rule of law in our country. Let's not forget what this whole issue is about. Russia has been actively attempting to undermine democracies and elections throughout the world. They have interfered in elections in the Ukraine, Bulgaria, Estonia, Germany, and in Austria. And, as many of you know, they were heavily involved in the recent elections in France in support of Marine Le Pen. Russia's goal appears to be not only helping candidates who support their worldview, but undermining people's faith in democracy and fair elections. There is no debate. Every U.S. intelligence agency acknowledges that Russia interfered in our 2016 election, clearly in support of Donald Trump's candidacy. The issue we are focusing on now, through a bipartisan effort in Congress, is to determine to what degree, if at all, the Trump campaign actively colluded with Russia. Did Russia act independently in support of Trump, or did the Trump campaign collude with them in attempting to win the election? If collusion is proven, it is a serious violation of American law. This is what we now know. During his campaign, time and again, Trump expressed admiration and affection for Vladimir Putin, Russia's autocratic president. We know that the FBI under James Comey was engaged in an active criminal investigation of Trump's campaign's ties with Russia. We know that a grand jury was set to hear testimony involving Mike Flynn, Donald Trump's first national security advisor and former campaign advisor, who resigned more than 2 weeks after the White House was told by the Justice Department that he could be compromised by Russia. We also now know that James Comey was fired days after he requested a significant increase in resources from the Department of Justice to pursue the Russian investigation. We also know that Comey was scheduled to testify on Thursday before the Senate Intelligence Committee, where this matter would have surely been brought up. In my view, there is no question but that the American people cannot trust the Department of Justice to investigate whether or not the Trump campaign colluded with Russia to win the 2016 election. Only a special counsel, independently appointed, can thoroughly and fairly investigate this matter. The enormously important issue that is before us today is whether the rule of law will prevail in this country. Sadly, and it is sad, we have a president today who lies a great deal of the time. He seems to have a very hard time telling the truth. We have a president who, in an unprecedented manner, has attacked the media, suggesting that everything they say, especially about him, are lies or fake news. We have a president who, again, in an unprecedented manner, has attacked the judiciary, referring to so-called judges when they render verdicts he does not like. And now we have a president who has fired an FBI director in the middle of an important investigation that might conclude that his campaign broke the law. For the sake of our nation, for the sake of our democracy, for the sake of the rule of law, this is a time for bipartisanship and for a search for the truth. Thank you.